Last week saw us take those all-important final steps of decoring and strengthening the area for our hardware, and sanding and fairing the entire transom piece before we get set to primer and paint. If you haven't seen this episode, make sure you go back and check it out.
We're Nat and James, and this is our sailboat Zephyr. She's taken us all over the world and been our home for 3.5 years. With over 20,000 nautical miles under her keel and our sights firmly set on sailing around the world, we are on a mission to make some vital upgrades and much needed repairs. So join us every week for a new video. If you would like to support our journey, a great way is by clicking the subscribe button. Enjoy the video, guys.
Alright guys, we're finally at the stage where we're going to prime. So we are going to use All Grip's 545 epoxy finish primer. So what we're going to do is we want to try and do 2 coats on each side. So we're going to start off with 230 mils of both the white base for the primer and the converter. And then we will add our reducer. So we're going to add about 9%. It recommends between 5 and 10% with the temperature here. So we're going to go with 9% reducer. We're going to mix it thoroughly, and then we actually have to let it sort of bake, so to speak, for 15 minutes, and then we'll roll it on. So we'll mix it up now and then wait. Well everyone, we've mixed up our primer, so now we're just going to let it sit for 15 minutes. They call it an incubation time, but that's essentially what it does. Sit there 15 and then we'll go and apply it. And now we're going to have a coffee while we wait. Alright guys, this has been baking now for 15 minutes. Let's throw it on. Alright everyone, well the first base coat is down. The first base coat of primer. I'm about to put the second one on now. It's been about 2 hours since it was on, so it's a little tacky, which is perfect. Get a nice chemical bond here. So let's apply it. So that's it. As you can see, second coat looking in creds. Could not be happier. We're gonna let this set up now overnight. Woo! Starting to look good.
Well, good afternoon everyone. We are back at our transom here and we are about to sand. So as you recall, we put our primer on. We got 2 layers of primer on. As you can see, looks good. So now we're gonna knock it down and get it nice and smooth, absolutely perfect, so we can paint. So to do that, we're gonna start with a 320 and then do a 400 and get it perfect. So yeah, let's start sanding. Alright, good afternoon, evening everyone. We are ready for that all-important step. We are going to paint our transom. We were pretty nervous, but I think we got it down. So we're going to use All Grip top coat. It's a polyester urethane top coat. It's a two-part system. We're going to need a brush converter because we are going to roll and tip. Never done it before, but we're going to give it a crack. And we are going to reduce this mixture down. So we're going to use a reducer. We're going to reduce at 33%. Now, before we do that, we're going to clean the surface, get it nice and dust free, and have at it. So basically, roll and tipping, what is that? So as we roll it down, there's going to be some slight air bubbles and stuff. Nat's going to come in behind with this nice high-end brush. They're really expensive. And she's just going to lightly go across the surface, and it removes any of those air bubbles, from what I understand, and makes it all nice. So let's have at it.
We've never done this before, so could be a total disaster. And how much money down the drain?
Billions. No.
Now, how much was All Grip?
I don't know. I honestly don't remember.
A lot.
It's the most expensive part of the entire project, even more expensive than buying the materials.
Ah! All right, here we go. We totally know what we're doing. We've watched a ton of YouTube channels. We've had help from a ton of people here telling us how to do it. So, look on, people. Look on. Step 1 is to remove all of the dust.
All the dust. Nice and clean.
So the next step is adding in the reducer at 30%, right?
33%.
33% reducer. All in there. And then it's time to paint.
Look at that! Woo! Look at the shine that has put on that. What did you think of the tipping?
Yeah, cool. You're just essentially getting rid of the bubbles.
Yeah.
So.
It's weird because it kind of seems streaky at first, but then it starts leveling up.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, it's going to be like streaks the whole way. Like it's going to look shocking.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Try it.
Anyways, James is sanding in between all the coats, and we're actually now going to start doing the outside, like the bit that you can see.
Yeah, the back.
The back of the transom. So this is the important one. We practiced enough with the one you're not going to be able to see because it's going to have the fake teak all over it.
Yeah.
So this is the important one. We're going to do our first layer today, and we're going to switch up rollers.
Yes, so that's right.
So instead of using a
mohair roller, we're going to change to a foam roller.
yeah, and we're hoping that that works better. So we'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
So another day at the boatyard, of course, with our transom, which we've got here. Done 3 layers of all grip already on our transom, and we're gonna do 1 more. James has just sanded it already. We're gonna have it done, and then that's it, right? We're not doing any more.
Yep.
Okay. Last layer, right?
Last layer, guys, and it looks incredible. So happy.
After 4 weeks of building our transom, it's now time to hand this part of the process over to a professional. This is John from SHIPSDEK. He is now applying the remainder of our faux teak install. The transom is made up of 3 separate pieces. These were created from templates that John previously made when he visited us before. If you haven't seen the entire installation of our SHIPSDEK faux teak in our cockpit, make sure you go back and check out the episode.